Mike Tedeschi, Portfolio Manager at Perspective Wealth Planning. In today's video, we're really going to talk about market rotation. All right, bull markets, healthy bull markets live on rotation. And what I mean by that is there is a group of stocks that leads the indices higher. Eventually that gets hit with profit taking, but that profit taking goes back into another area of the market and new leaders emerge, and that constant new leadership and that emergement continues to drive markets higher over a prolonged period of time. So rotation is healthy. What isn't healthy is when you start having a lack of leadership and leadership itself starts to crack lower and nothing steps in to take its place. And that is the concern that we have right here. One of the areas of the market that had been leading us earlier in the year had been transports. And the transports were hit very hard, very quickly, and nothing really emerged in its place. Another area of the market that was leading has been the metals and mining area of the market. And it's been extremely strong. We're talking uranium, aluminum, steel names, copper, even gold miners started to start acting really well here recently. However, yesterday, on the 21st of April, we saw that entire area of the market get hit very quick, very fast, and very hard. And so in today's video, I want to take a look at some of the leaders in those spaces, take a look at their charts, and then I want to take a look at the transports and see what happened to them a few weeks back, because that same type of thing could be setting up right here. So here's the metal and mining ETF that we have up here, XME. You can see the breakout earlier this year has been a clear leader in regards to the overall market. So far year to date, even after yesterday's strong selling, it's up 36% year to date, while the S&P 500 is red. All right. Some of those areas that we had leadership names, Alcoa, aluminum, had a huge move, was actually up almost 60% at the high for year to date. Now it's only up 20%. We had a 10% plus dropping day on earnings that beat on both top and bottom line, but their guidance was concerning with all the supply constraint issues. Copper giant Freeport-McMoRan, who also has a hand in gold as well, was hit for 10% yesterday. And we can see, I mean, it had made this clear breakout over that 45 level. That's about where it closed. So what happens right here is really, really important in the context of this chart. Gold mining giant Newmont yesterday also hit very hard. You can see it broke out to new highs above 75, taking out last May's area a month or so back, and it is now testing that zone again. So what happens here is really, really important. Uranium giant Cameco, you can see right here, had broken out to new highs above that 28 zone, ran all the way up almost to 33, and gave a 10% move to the downside. Yesterday is now sitting right back on that $28 area of support. So this wasn't just confined to one particular type of metal. This was kind of across the board. You had some earnings put out from some of the steel giants like Nucor. Really strong earnings, was up huge in the beginning of the day, gave almost all of it back. You can also take a look at some of the other steel names. Steel Dynamics had a huge move off of positive earnings yesterday and then gave the majority of it back, almost closing red. So again, these market leaders getting hit pretty quick. Now let's take a look at what happened to some of the transport names a few weeks back. All right, Union Pacific had been a big leader, had broken out to new highs in towards the end of February, had run up nicely, and then you can see one big giant red candle day, very similar to what we saw out of the metals and miners yesterday, and then we saw follow through for 3 more days, and now UNP is sitting right there on that important 237 level. And if you take a look at the transport index as a whole, right, we saw really swift selling for 5 straight days into an area of support. Has made a little bit of a bounce, so there has been a little bit of a respite there. And part of this is because of certain areas inside the transport still have been acting well. So the airlines actually back up towards highs of the year over the last few sessions, whereas you have things like UPS still trading down near those lows of the year, and then you've got trucking company JB Hunt. This was another one that really took it on the chin in 4 or 5 sessions, kind of trading in what could be construed as a potential bear flag here if this were to break lower. You do have that potential there. Major support level at 160, so that's what we have to watch. So guys, the takeaway from today's video is we've had some of the leader areas of the market really get hit here over the last couple of months with no new real leadership stepping up to take its place. Yes, utilities are still acting well, and so are consumer staples. Even they took it a little bit on the chin yesterday, not nearly the same way that the rest of the market did. But it is concerning that we don't have new leadership stepping up. So the real question becomes, was this move out of the metals and miners just a small blip, a little bit of an area of concern? Are they going to stabilize and continue to head higher, or are they continue to slide? I think what happens here over the next few sessions is something we definitely want to pay attention to, because it is going to have a really important outcome for the overall market. As always, guys, I hope you found this content useful and it helps you out. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to talk anything about the overall markets at mtedeschi@perspectivewealthplanning.com, or you can reach me at 814-580-9881. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day. Take care.